higher. Like we all know, anything from next week, we are starting our exams. And to some schools, anything next month, they are starting their exams. So, and there are so many tensions associated to exam. So this program is going to teach you on how to calm every anxiety and how to score higher, how to study smart, not just studying everything and getting to exam hall, you won't remember anything. But in this program, we'll teach you how to study smart, how to beat anxiety, whereby you get into the exam hall. When you're into the exam hall, you can able to remember each and everything that you have read, and how to also how to score higher. We are in this meeting here, we are teaching you not to score B, we are teaching you not to score C. What we are teaching you is how to score A. And our speaker for today is the 16th best guided student for TASUED, in person of Mr. Ablatif Adideji. So he's going to join us in this program also. He's going to join us in this program, and he's going to be sharing us secrets on how he made it, because he's the best guiding student. So he made it with 4.91 CGPA. So that means there are so many secrets that he has. There's how he did it. So he's going to be telling us all the secrets on how he did it, how he was able to study smarter, how he was able to beat anxiety also. So please stay tuned. And if you can't join this meeting on Zoom, we are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. I will drop the YouTube link now. I'll drop the link now. For those of us that can't join on Zoom, I'll drop the link now. Thank you very much. Please stay tuned. Thank you very much once again. We have the presence of the YALI state coordinator. We have the YALI state coordinator in our midst. Is the man in charge of YALI, Mr. Taiwo. Please kindly give us an opening speech. Mr. Taiwo, please kindly give us an opening speech. Thank you very much for joining this program. We really appreciate your effort. So, Mr. Taiwo Aderoju, kindly please give us an opening speech. Please, Mr. Taiwo, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Daniel. Good evening, everybody, and it's a pleasure to be in your midst this evening. Before I proceed, Daniel, please, I'm not in charge of YALI. I'm just privileged to be serving as the coordinator, please. YALI is not a business organization, right? So please, thank you very much. Good evening, TASUED or TASUEDites. I don't know how to call that if I'm right. Yes,
sir.
Right. Yeah. It's a pleasure being over here. And I hope you are doing fine. And I know we have been preparing for the examination, and I know it's going to be an ease-free examination, right? There's not much to say, and there's nothing we want to say that we've not heard before, right? But it's just to give us a little bit of more support from our end. That's why this program has been organized by the person who is fit to do it. Let me put it like that, right? So because when they said if you want to learn something, learn from the experience, right? And Mr. Latif is capable, and I know it's going to do justice to whatever he wants to do. So this is me putting it out to every one of us today. Learning is a continuous process. So when we keep learning, we keep growing, we keep developing, and growth is part of what is very important to our daily lives, right? So let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep going on. I know it might be hard. There might be roadblocks sometimes, but there's always a tiny little space, to pass, and everything will be clear and clear. We need to push in efforts. We need to make more efforts. We need to do well. We need to read more. We need to attend classes, extra classes, just to get that point that we needed to do. Then I know it will come to pass like God's will. So without no further ado, let's get started to it. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo, for that opening speech. Thank you so much. So now let's move to the main reason why we are here. And mind you, we are here because of our exams, and we are here on how to know the hacks into getting success in our exam. And our speaker for today is Sir Ablative Adedeji, Mr. Ablative Adedeji. So let me give you a brief introduction on Mr. Ablative Adedeji. Who is Mr. Ablative Adedeji? So yes, Ablative Adedeji is a renowned academic high flyer, educator, and youth leader known for his unwavering commitment to excellence and transformation. He graduated as the overall best graduating student of Tasha University of Education, TASUED, in 2023-2024 academic section, finishing with a CGPA of 4.91, the highest ever recorded in the university history. His academic success is rooted in discipline, planning, and intentional study habits, and the ability to stay focused amid financial and personal challenges. Throughout his time at TASUD, Abdulateef Adedeji held various leadership roles that shaped both his campus and larger community. He served as the vice president of the National Association of Mathematical Science Students in Nigeria. He coordinated peer-led tutorials, launched academic support initiative, and championed student engagement across academic and extracurricular affairs. He also served as the pioneer team lead of YALI network OGUN at TASUD. He led impactful civic projects such as educational material donation to public school, environmental cleanup campaigns, tree planting drives, and youth development programs, all aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And there are lots more on Sablatif. So currently, Ablatif is an intern in the International Center for Applied Mathematical Modeling and Data Analytics, where he focus on using mathematical models to address public health challenges. He's also the founder of Growth Minded Educators Academic, a platform empowering educators with tools for professional and growth digital. Ablatif is to bring this session not just for strategies for academic success, but a mindset that inspire excellence, discipline, and lasting impact. So thank you very much, Ablatif, for making it out of your time to be here. So the floor is yours, sir. Mr. Ablatif, thank you. The floor is yours. Please, let's go on, sir.
Wow, wow, wow. This is so amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, for this opportunity and that introduction. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? So, Mr. Daniel, can you confirm if you can hear me loud
Yes, we
and
can.
clear?
I can hear you, sir. I can hear you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, greetest Tasedites. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. How is our exam preparation going so far? I'm so excited. It's always a pleasure and a big privilege to be here to speak to students, especially on something I'm so passionate about. Personally, as a person, I'm someone that once I'm able to, I'm someone that believe so much that any success I achieve is not just for myself. Okay, I'm not audible. Is that from my hand or from their end? Please confirm if you can hear me loud and clear before we start though. Because we're about to start.
You
Please,
can
can
hear
any
me
other
clearly,
person
sir.
hear me clearly? Someone is saying I'm not audible.
We can
Okay,
hear you,
my
sir, but
voice
you
is
can add two. You can add more lag based with, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Now is it better? Can you tell me if my voice is better now?
You can go on, sir. You can go on, sir.
Okay. Just please, I just switched to another microphone now. Can you confirm if my voice is better now? Is it better at all?
It's better now, sir. It's better now, sir.
Oh, okay, that's good. Thank you so much, everyone. So I'm so excited again, once again, to be here. So let's just get right into it. I said this is going to be a 2-hour session. We have used the option 23 minutes already. So let's say I was going to be able to rush through this. But I can assure you, I know some of you have attended programs like this before. For some of you, it's the first time you're attending this program. But I can assure you that this is going to be one of the best things you do for yourself in this forthcoming exam, not just this forthcoming exam, in your academic career ultimately, because everything you're going to be learning here is not something you're going to do once and you leave. Or it's not something that you use one and end there. It's something that you keep using over and over again. Please, can you, I don't know, is my voice still coming up? Joe. Someone said they can't hear me. Is that general for everybody? Waim said she can hear me. I think, okay, what do you want there said she can hear me? Mr. Daniel, can you please confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir. But please, if you can increase it, do well to increase it, sir.
Okay, what about now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, it's cool now. I don't want to shout this night.
Sorry,
All
sir.
right, so I can go on now. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So please, I would also want to suggest that if possible, please make use of the earpiece because I know it's night already. There's limits to how much I can actually shout or how loud my voice can be. So please, let's just make sure that if you have an earpiece or a AirPod, please get it. So that's going to also make it easier for all of us. All right. So without wasting much of our time, let's just get started. All right, so this is going to be an interactive session. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. You don't need to unmute yourself. Just please use the chat. I'm going to see all your messages. Okay, so exam is just starting in 1 week. In fact, if not because they changed the timetable, exam is supposed to start on Monday. That's just 2 days to go. 2 days till now. So please, can you just tell me how are you feeling? Just use one word to describe how you're feeling about the upcoming exam. If there's one word I can use to describe the upcoming exam, what would that one word be? Okay, so drop a word that best describes how you feel about the upcoming exams. Anyone? Anxious? I can say anxious. Good. I can say anxious. Estelle, they say anxious. Scared. Wow. You know, they say scared. Excited. Amazing. Mr. Dan is excited. Please let's stop writing on the screen. Who else? Who else? Let me see. I want to see how are we feeling about this upcoming exam because it's very, very important. One of the traits of every successful person, whether academics or any other place, is that you must know how you feel. You must be able to, yes, you must know how you feel. You must be able to say specifically how you are feeling at a particular time. All right. I hope my voice is still loud and clear. Okay.
It's still loud and
I've
clear, sir.
said
We can
good.
hear you, sir.
Okay, good. Just please, Mr. Daniel, just please be on standby. If the voice is off, just let me know so that I can adjust accordingly. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so I've only sent 3 persons. I think we're just going to go right into it so that's because of time. All right. So my story, I'm going to start by sharing my story, and then this is divided into 5 sections actually, and we're just going to like rush through it because we don't really have much time. But I can show you that the study itself is very detailed, so I don't need to do much of explanation. But I can assure you that this is going to be one of the best sessions I've ever attended. All right. So my story from setback to TASUED best. So let me just quickly share. Let me start from here. So I finished secondary school in 2015. Okay, and then like most of us, I didn't even write jam the first year. I had to wait to the next second year, 2016, and then I would jam. I scored 210, and then I was not going to university, polytechnic, none. So I had to go to a college of education, and you see why I'm telling this. So when I entered college of education, like I mean, NC program is a 3 years program. I was this brilliant kid.
I do mathematics a lot. I'm very good in math. I study computer science, mathematics, in field of education. But one thing that is there is that I'm not that serious. Okay, I have this thing. I have the ability, but I'm not that serious. Okay, even though I'm good, it's one thing to be good. It's one thing to know that yes, this person has the ability to achieve this, but they are not putting in the effort. They don't even know that that's what they want to achieve. That's me. So I wasn't always the best, but I started somewhere. And then what are the struggles I have to bear? There are struggles of fear, the way you are having fear, confusion. I don't even know, lack of direction. I don't even know where I'm going to go to. I don't even know why I'm there. Many of us, we just enter school, we just want to like bring anything that is possible outside. You don't have a specific goal that we want to bring outside. But by the time I finished my NC in 2019 and I got back to school. I processed admission into TASUED in 2021, again admission. But by that time, one thing has changed. I have direction already. So I got into school. I entered school 200 level, and then one goal that I entered school with is I must come out with nothing less than first class. Nothing less than first class. That was the goal from the beginning. I must come out with less than first class. So I have that discipline. I have that desire. I have that direction from the day I set my foot inside the school. But guess what? One thing happened again. Okay, so I met a lecturer who encouraged me and showed me that it's actually even possible to actually aim for best graduate student. Because to be frank with you, there are not many things in life that happen by chance. Not many things. There are things, in fact, nothing actually happened by chance. We may not understand why it happened. We may not know why, but there's a reason behind everything. Because when you see a lot of people that have achieved a particular success, it might seem like maybe they are just lucky or something like that. But there are a lot of story behind it. Okay, so the mentorship actually helped me a lot because the person is just one word, and that is what some of you are going to get from here too. Some of you just all you just need to get is that just someone that believe in you, that can tell you that this is possible, show you what is possible. So the lecturer showed me what is possible. It's actually possible to go for best graduate students. As at that particular time that we're having this particular conversation, I'm still writing my first semester exam. Okay, and then from there, I up my game. Instead of going for just first class, to come out with a first class, I just need to have above 4.5. But now, because I'm going for 5 point, because I'm working towards coming out as a best graduate student, I have to start aiming and chasing 5.0. And what does it mean to chase 5.0? It means that I have to make sure that I have A's in all my courses. Then I have to, did I achieve all those things? No, not many times. Out of my 6 semesters, I only got 5.0 3 times. Okay, but the idea is that I have a direction. That's something I'm going for. And then I built systems. For my profile, you have seen that I did a lot when I was in school. Just like Daniel right now, I was the NAMSA vice president when I was in school. I did, in fact, there are a lot of people that know me that don't know that I can never come up with something like that because I'm not the type of player that sit in one place. I always want to help people, organize tutorials, do a lot of things like that. Okay, so that is where the breakthrough comes from. It comes from discipline, mentorship systems, and that's what led to what's it called, being the TASUED best graduate student today. And today I'm going to be sharing you the blueprint. I'm going to be showing you the things I did. I'm going to be showing you specific things that you can also do in your journey right now. As your exam is starting in less than 1 week, or let's say just over 1 week. All right. So along the line, there's any if you have question, just make sure that you jot it down. When it's time for question, there's going to be we're going to answer it, but let me quickly answer this one first. Very important. Esther is asking, what do I mean by system? So when we talk about system doesn't mean the laptop that we use. System means like combination of things that work together to make something happen. So when I say systems, it means that the way I study, the way I read, the way I attended classes, I mean everything I put together as my own tool to make sure that I achieve my goals. That's what I mean by systems. Everything that work together for me. Okay, that works together. It can be when I sleep, how I read, when I read, all those things is what I call what. And all the resources, the book I read, the friends, everything. That's what it means. That's what I mean by system. All right, so we're going to be starting with first session, which is going to be overcoming exam anxiety and building confidence. So right now, if you have if you are anxious about the upcoming exam, say I. If you're anxious about the upcoming exam, say I. And I understand that some of us are on YouTube. So you're also on YouTube and you can hear me. If you are having exam anxiety about the exam that is coming up, just Comment I. Maybe if I don't say anybody say I, damn this, nobody needs this particular session. We'll just move on to the next one. Who knows? And then maybe we can even end it like that. I'll just go to section 2 to ask if there's anybody that need that particular one to move to section 3, move to section 4, move to section 5. Okay, I can see one eye. I need at least 5 eyes. Okay, so we are 15 people here, so 5 is not too much. I have one already to make 4. So if you're having an exam anxiety, at least anxiety, or you want to learn how to build self-confidence, just say I. Okay, I've sent 2. Remain 3. Beg them to do it. Okay, 3. It remains 2. Okay, yeah, it remains 2. I think we have. Wow. Let's keep it coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 1, 2. Okay, so I think we have enough eye now. Thank you so much. Please always engage with me. If you don't engage, we'll just stop the session. Okay, I'm a teacher, so I love active classroom. So here's the truth about exam anxiety. It is very real and it is common. And I have to tell you this, there's nothing wrong with being anxious about your exam. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a bad thing actually. It's just telling you something. Whenever you feel any emotion in your body, it's trying to communicate to you. But then if it is too much, it can cause a lot of things for you. Okay, if you are not able to control it, it can cause, or when it is chronic, when it has become worse, it can cause what? It can make you to go blank during exam or test. You have read a lot, you have done a lot of reading, and then, but because you are so anxious about what you want to do, you just forget everything. Okay, it can cause panic, fear, and then it can even lead to you doubting yourself. Okay, and it can affect how you recall information, even though you have read and studied very well. So, what is good news? The good news is that anxiety can be controlled. No matter how anxious you are, it can be controlled through intentional mental and emotional strategies. And what does this mean? Or how can you control it? There's one way to control. There are a lot of ways to control exam anxiety, but the best way to control exam anxiety is to build your confidence. Okay, when you build your confidence up, most of the time, whenever you have anxiety, what it's telling you is that you don't feel prepared enough. You don't feel confident enough that you want to go and do what you need to do. Okay, and what that should push you for many people, what that do for them is that it paralyzes them. It makes them fear. For me, I've never written an exam that I don't feel anxious. I've never sit for an exam or prepare for an exam and I will not feel anxiety. I always feel it. But guess what anxiety always do for me? Anxiety always push me to read harder because I know that anxiety is telling me that Abdul Latif, you are not prepared enough. That's what's making me anxious. So if I believe that my anxiety is telling me that I'm not prepared enough, what I've read so far will not give me the aid I'm looking for. What can I do about it? I read more. So till I'm going to the exam more, I'm still trying to read. I'm still trying to catch something. I'm trying to feel like if there's one thing I still need to learn. Okay, that is what anxiety should do for you. Anxiety should not be what is going to paralyze you. Anxiety should not be what is going to stop you from reading. In fact, anxiety should be what is going to tell you that, hey, my bro, maybe there's still one more thing that you need to learn. That's why this fear is coming to you. So how do you overcome it? By studying. Okay. So how do you build confidence? All right. To build confidence, there are 2 things that you need: preparation and self-belief. Let's talk about self-belief first. Self-belief is you believing in yourself, believing that this thing that you want to do, you are capable of doing it, that you can actually get it done. That's what self-belief means. When preparation is when you actually put in the work itself. For a lot of us, the reason why we don't even prepare is because you don't even believe that you are capable. Okay, because most of the time when you don't believe you can do something, you will not even try in the first place. But when you have the belief that you can do something, even if it is hard, you will still do it. You will still like put in the effort. So it all starts from belief. And then after you have believed that this thing is possible for you, you need to put in the work. You need to practice and prepare. Because there's a saying that says competence always breed confidence. You can write that down. Competence always breed, when I say breed or give birth to confidence. And what is competence? Competence is when you are good at something. When you have the ability to do something, you are competent in doing something. When you have prepared and you are so good and you are so okay, you know that you have prepared, you have practiced, you have done a lot with whatever you are with or exam that you're going. For example, now let's say you are taught 10 topics in a particular course and you have read all the 10 topics back to back. Nobody, you don't need to go and buy confidence. You don't need confidence anywhere. You will automatically have the confidence because you have you are well prepared. So how do you build confidence? Number one, you have to be clear on what you want to achieve. Okay, you don't just build confidence on empty ground. You have to be clear on what you want to achieve. And then once you are clear on what you want to achieve, your clearness or your clarity of vision, your clarity of purpose will lead to what? Your preparation. Because if you are not clear on what you want to achieve, you just prepare blindly. And that's why you see people, they will just read anyhow. Because and they don't even have anything they want to achieve. And that's why I always say this, you can't afford to compare yourself with other people. When it's just someone else is reading for C, you want to read for A, but because you don't even know what you want to read for, you just read anyhow. So you have to be very clear on what you want to achieve, and then you have to prepare strategically, not randomly. You have to know, okay, this is what I want to achieve. How am I going to read? How will I prepare to actually achieve this particular thing that I want to achieve? Okay, so you don't just, this is not just something random that just happen randomly. Okay, another thing you need to do is you can use mental rehearsal, visualize yourself before the exam. And this is very, very important. You may not be used to this or you might be hearing this for the first time, but this can work. Is the fact that as you're reading, you can actually sit down and envision yourself being in the exam hall and being able to write everything that you have read and being able to do the exam well. Okay, it's a mental process, it's a mental rehearsal. Okay, it's like you are seeing the success, you are seeing how well you're writing the exam before you even started, before you even enter the exam hall. And that is going to give you, it's going to calm your nerve and it's going to give you that confidence because you are already seeing it in your head before it starts happening. And then you can also practice affirmation. Okay, you have prepared because I'm not, don't, if you read affirmation when you are not prepared, you are just fooling yourself. If you don't read something, you are not affirming, I am capable, I am prepared, I will exert. See, nothing will happen. But if you know you are fully prepared and you are still feeling some kind of doubt in your mind, what do you tell yourself? Tell yourself I'm capable. Tell yourself I can do it. Tell yourself I am prepared and I will excel. Tell yourself I'm capable. I am prepared. I will excel. I am capable. I am prepared. I will excel. So you tell yourself with full energy, with full enthusiasm. That you won't forget about all your doubts. But again, make sure that before you start saying all these things, make sure that you have done the work. No affirmation is going to help you if you have not prepared. Affirmation without preparation is disaster. May I not lie to you. Okay. All right. So another thing that you need to do, okay, to reduce any anxiety and to build your confidence is what I call the good mindset activation. Good mindset activation. Your mindset determines your academic outcome. What does the mindset mean? The mindset simply means how you think about things, the way you say things, and the way you think about things. Your mindset is simply a combination of all your beliefs. And there are two major types of mindset. We have the fixed mindset and we have the growth mindset. The fixed mindset is the belief that if you are not good at something, you are not just good at it. Like you can never be good. And that's why you see a lot of students that will say, hey, I'm not just good in maths. That course, I can never pass it. Want to come. No, it doesn't have to be that way. That's fixed mindset. Fixed mindset is saying that if there is something you don't know how to do today, you can never know how to do it. It is not true. The opposite is the growth mindset, which is telling you that I can improve with effort, feedback, and strategy. It's telling you that if you put in enough effort, if you put in enough effort, and if you're failing or making mistakes, which is feedback actually, you are improving on your preparation, and you have a good strategy, you have a very effective strategy, you are going to win and you're going to improve. That's what good mindset is saying. Fixed mindset is telling you that your life is not in your hand, that your success is not in your hand, that your success is fixed. That whether you're going to succeed or whether you're going to fail is fixed. That there are some people that are meant to succeed, while there are some that are meant to fail. That's what fixed mindset is telling you. And because of that, if you actually believe that and you are failing, you will believe that maybe I'm just the unlucky type that is part of those that are meant to fail. And then the other people that are succeeding, they are the ones that are lucky. But Grace Matter is saying that whoever is succeeding today has done the work. And if if they can do it, you can also do it. That whatever you don't know today is not, tell me, I've not been anything in your life that you don't know how to do before. But because you try, because you give it a try, now you know how to do it very well. And people will feel like, wow, are you born with this? They will not even call it talent for you. But they don't know that This is something that you have prepared for all your life. All right. So you must distribute. You must have a good mindset, and you must know every top performing student was once struggled. There is no student that have never struggled. There's no one, no matter how brilliant the person is, that will say they have not struggled. I struggle, and I have to tell you, even till today, I still struggle. So, Daniel, please always check this and unmute and mute them. You are the co-host, so you can be able to do that. Okay, so every top performing student once struggled, but what always changed is their belief in their ability to grow, improve, and adapt. I've written tests before where you're going to score 1/10. I've written tests, even in my final year, I've written tests before. Uh, my own HOD test, I've written tests before where I was not even able to do half of the test question. I just have to submit it like that. Okay, because I was not prepared. But I know for the exam, it has to be a different case. I have to go back and read everything, cover everything back to back. Even those people that did better than me in test, they have to come back to me when it's come to exam because I've not gone and prepared. What changed? My belief in my ability that I can grow, I can improve, I can adapt, I can change. I'm not fixed. I'm not a tree. You are not a tree. It's a tree that once you plant it somewhere, it will always be there forever. You are not a tree. Okay, so you need to start telling yourself daily, you might not be there yet, but you are getting better every day. That's the idea of growth mindset. Good mindset is not for fixed mindset. Is if you are not there, you are not there. It's either you are there or you are not there. But good mindset is telling you that this is a journey. Even though I'm not there yet, I'm getting closer to it every single day. Okay, are we learning at all? Are we learning? Have we learned so far? Have we
Yes,
learned so
sir. We
far?
are playing, sir. Yes,
Everything
sir.
I've shared so far,
Sir.
Mr. Daniel, you
Yes,
have
sir.
learned. I know.
Yes.
I want them to put it in the chat before we move to the second session. If you have learned, just comment yes, yes, yes. Yes, I can see Galaxy S9. Thank you. Yes, yes. We have 14 people here. At least 5 people to say yes, sir. That is not them. Okay, okay. No problem, Josh. Josh. I've seen 1 year, so just 1 year. I need 4 more yeses. Okay, another yes. So Josh, don't worry. Another yes. I need 3 years. Okay, I can see. Okay, good. Just 1 more. Amazing. Now we are good. 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 So now we're moving to retention and memory strategies at work. Okay, don't worry. The group is going to be there. If you have any question, and then you can also be able to get my contact on the group chat. Just that if you're sending me a message, just don't worry. I'll talk about that later. All right. So retention and memory strategies at work. So how do you retain information? This is another. We actually plan this session to focus mostly on what students struggle with the most. So when exam is coming, one of the things students struggle with is exam anxiety and lack of confidence. Another thing that students struggle with they struggle a lot with is retention. Okay, how to retain information. A lot of students complain, I read, but by the time I read, I forgot everything. I did this, I did that. And that's why we're going to be talking about retention and memory strategies. These are not these things, these are practical things that actually work that you can do. Okay, so the first thing you must know is that sometimes it's not about studying hard, it's about studying smart. I did not say you should not study hard, I did not say you should not work hard and read hard. It is very, very important. But someone that studies smarter, that is studying smarter than you, will perform better than you that you're just studying hard alone. Okay, so studying longer doesn't guarantee success anymore. It is studying strategically that does. Okay, you can study long, and this is something I do in my own personal life. I can see people that read for 8 hours. I'm sorry, I'm not the best grading student that will tell you that I read. I've seen people that will tell you they read 12 hours a day. I am not. I'm sorry. I'm not that. I don't know what type of this thing, but I'm just telling you that I'm not the type that will tell you I read for 12 hours a day. No, I don't. Because for me, one thing I believe and I realize that early in my academic career is that it's not about how long you study, it's about how strategic and how smart you study. Here's the truth. You see, 8 hours of inefficient study is even less, it's not even equal to, it's less than 2 hours of strategic learning. Because you can study 8 hours a day and someone will study 1.5 hours a day and they will still do better than you in all fronts. Okay, because when it comes to learning, it's not about how you memorize, it's about how you learn, it's about how much you learn. So high achievers don't memorize more. What they do is they find a way to learn better. And what are you going to do? What do you need to do? Number one is that you need to shift from passive to active learning. You need to shift from passive to some of us, a lot of us, we just read passively. You just read, you read like as if you're reading storybook. You just read. You need to do actively. You need to read, and you need to know that reading is an action. Reading is not just something that you carry your book and then you start reading. It's not about reading. It's not about that you are reading your book. It's about, okay, when you are reading, you are putting information in your head, okay, in your brain. But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that can you be able to bring that information back? That's why you have to focus on effectiveness over effort. If you can read 30 minutes and remember what you read, then that is better than you reading for 4 hours and not bringing anything out of it. Okay, and so that's why you must now start asking yourself this question: how am I learning? Okay, how do I learn? So it's not just about how long do I need to study or how long am I studying. You can be studying for 6 hours, and someone that is studying for 30 minutes, we have more than, we achieve more than you achieve, because it's not about how long, it's about how smart, it's about how effective your learning is. So you must know how you learn. You must understand yourself. You must know, are you the type of that learn in the night, or you learn in the morning, or do you learn during the day or in the night? Do you learn with people, or do you learn alone? You must understand yourself. So what are the retention techniques that you can use? If you want to remember more in less time, these are the methods you can use. Number one, active and core. So you have read something in your book. Don't just assume that you know it automatically. Close your book, okay, and try to remember what you have read. Okay, you can do this for what is it called? Paragraph, paragraph. And you don't have to say it exactly the same way you have read it. The most important thing is that can you be able to communicate the idea that you just read in your book now with that book closed? Okay, so this is something you have to do. You have to be willing to do for yourself. You have to be willing to do it for yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you, and you can fool every other person, but you can't fool yourself. Yes, you can't fool yourself. So the first one is, when you, once you have read a particular thing, test yourself. Close your note and test yourself. You can move away from that, from the book, and try to recall what you have just read. If you don't get it, don't beat yourself up. Go back again, read it again, close your book again, try it again. Another one you can do is spaced repetition. Okay, so you revisit information at spaced interval. For example, you can read a particular chapter today now, and then a day after, you go and read that particular chapter again. Okay, so you keep reading it. You don't read it for it, it's better for you to read or using spaced repetition, and for you to continuously read. For example, it's better for you to read a page of a book, okay, once a day. You read it once a day, or you read it twice a day, in the morning, in the night, in the morning, in the night, than you reading that same page 10 times straight. You read it, you read it again, 2 days. Because when you have read it the first time and you leave it, you go and do something else, your brain will still be working on it, will still be trying to process those things that you have read. And then when you go and read it again, it will enforce what your brain is already working on. And then when you give it space, your brain will continue like trying to piece everything together. So by the time you're going to do that 2 or 3 or 4 times, everything is going to stay. And that's why there are some movies that you have watched them so well that you know everything they say in that particular movie. You can say it word for word. Okay, and there's this technique called Feynman technique. This is something you're very familiar with. You not just know the name. Okay, and that's the concept that you teach. That's the idea that you teach what you know. Okay, or you teach it in very simple terms. What you are reading, can you find someone to teach? The thing is that if you can, anything, I always tell people, anybody that teach, learn it twice. Okay, anything that you teach, you're going to learn that thing twice. I always tell people, if I teach you something, you may forget. If I, Abdelatif Adedeji, teach you something, you may forget. But me that taught you, I will never forget. I will never forget, because as I'm teaching you, I'm learning it more. So when you have learned something, find someone to teach, or even find someone below your level to teach in a similar time. Imagine that you learn calculus now. You now find a way to teach someone, 6-year-old boy, how to do calculus. Because anything you are able to break down, anything that you are able to teach, in fact, teaching is one of the ways to justify learning. Once you're able to teach something, it means you know it. You can't teach what you don't know. Okay, concept chunking. This simply means that you break big topics down into smaller and manageable pieces. So a lot of us, you want to learn, it's like someone that wants to, it's like what is it called? There's this proverb or this question that they always ask. They say, how do you eat an elephant? Hmm? Can someone answer that question? How do you eat an elephant? So let me see. How do you eat an elephant? How? How do you eat an elephant? I want to read your comments. Or as big as an elephant is, can you eat it as a whole? Can you eat it as a whole? You can't, right? So how do you eat an elephant? You eat it bite by bite, by taking it bit by bit. Okay, so that's the same way. There are some things that some of us, you just want to finish everything, and that's why it's very important that you start your preparation as early as possible. Okay, so you can break big topics into smaller, manageable pieces. For example, now you want to read a particular topic where they talk about up to like 10 this thing. So you can break it down into manageable pieces. You can break it down into like 10 into one subtopic. That 10 now. That topic is now break into 10 subtopics. And then you focus on maybe for 30 minutes, you read one subtopic. Then after some time, you come back, you read another subtopic. So you break it down so that you not get overwhelmed. Sometimes what actually give you anxiety is because when you see all the notes, there are some courses that you are reading, there are some of which, depending on the department you are. Let's even do this. Please, everybody, drop your department in the book, in the chat. Yes, drop your department in the chat. So for some of you now, your department, let's say you are working on a course where there's a lot of reading. So immediately you just go through your note that is this everything I'm going to read? So you don't have, that should not be a problem for you. What should you do? Okay, human kinetic, good. What should you do instead? You should break it down. You should start, okay, I'm going to read this part, this tiny part today. I'm going to read another part tomorrow, bit by bit, 5% today, 10% tomorrow. You put it together, it's going to become 100% sooner or later. Okay, English, good. All right. So what are the study tools that you can also use that will boost your memory? Number one, you can use flashcards. So there's this app called Quizlet. And how does it work? Okay, you can actually go on Google or YouTube and search how to use Quizlet to read. Or the simple way it works is that, for example, now let's say you're studying for a course, and that particular course now they are like 20 terms, okay, like 20 definitions in that particular course that you need to know. Okay, good. Thank you, biological science, GCP. So there's like 20 definitions that you need to know. What you can do is that you get all the definitions and you get all the concept and you get their definitions. So you can now make it to be in form of a flashcard, on that is going to show. Flashcard is more like two-sided something on one side, a two-sided card. On one side there is a term itself, for example, transportation. The other side will contain the definition of transportation. So you can use it like that. Okay, you can use it to practice, to do quizzes, and all those things. That's what flashcard means. Mind map is you can use this to visualize concepts and link ideas together. Some of you are visual learners, which means that you see things in picture. You learn best when you can be able to visualize something. So what should you do? Whatever you're doing, you can be able to use mind map for it. For example, you're talking about, let's use transportation now. You're talking about transportation. You don't have to draw cars. First, you can just write transportation on the beginning of the on a page. Use your line. Okay, let's do it here. Let's say this is a transportation like this. I just written here, and I'm going to draw one line here, and then another line here. Okay, I'll put the means here. So this one is air transportation, this one is water, and this one is land. Okay, so I'm just going to continue doing it like that. Okay, so it's going to be like I'm drawing something, but I'll just write one particular time. I'll use a line like tree, like it's like when you have tree. I'll just do it as like children on that particular thing. That is mind map. If possible, if you want to do it, you can make it to be in a circle form. Okay, so that's it. It's as simple as that. So that's what mind map. That's how mind map works. Another thing you can do, this one I do it very well. I was in school. Audio notes is that, and this is why it's important that you practice or start reading as early as possible. So if you're dealing with, especially if it's too much reading, what can you do? You can actually take your time. You have read before, take your time, or turn on your sound recorder on your phone and read those things, read those notes. Make sure that you read it in a quiet environment. Read it very clear, audible voice, okay? Loud voice, full of energy. And then also you have read it and you have recorded it. Okay, as you are going, as you're doing a lot of things, whatever you are doing, you are walking, you are doing some other things, just plug in your earpiece and play those things. You see, the way you listen to song and everything, before you know it, you listen to song once and everything will just stick. That's the same way you can do this too. Just keep playing those things over and over. Before you know it, all those things are going to stick in your head. And then by the time you are reading it again, it's just more like going to do like you are revising. So another thing you can do is practice question. Okay, whatever you have learned, set question for yourself and do it. You have to be honest with yourself. If you score 10 over 10, good of you. If you score 5 over 10, nobody's going to beat you up. It's just a feedback mechanism for you that there is still more for you to learn. So you go and learn. So those topics that you so the idea is simply that you have read a particular topic or you have read some topics. So you set question for yourself. You give yourself time. It's going to be more like you are doing the test itself. You give yourself time, maybe let's say 1 hour. Something that you're going to do for 2 hours normally. You give yourself 1 hour to do it, and you time yourself. You use time. You use timer, stopwatch. Once that time is over, stop. Mark it yourself. You have the answer. You still have the book with you. Mark it yourself. You will see where you make mistake. So by the time you realize that those things, I remember in 200 level, the first exam that we did, there's a particular tutorial we had then. The meeting is not been it's been live stream on YouTube, so you can still get access to it on YouTube. But I would strongly suggest that you stay till the end. Okay, so one of my boss, Joseph, was one of the guy that connected to her a lot in my level then. He's a very good friend. Okay, so one thing he did for us, the course name was Math 213 analysis, is that he wiped out some questions and then he wrote the question on the board, like as if we are writing an exam. And then everybody, we spaced ourselves, we scatter ourselves, we start solving all these things. And I can bet with you, more than 50% of those questions actually came out. But because we have put ourselves in that environment where we actually solve it, it becomes easier for us to do it in the exam. Another one is study groups. Teach and test one another with clear goals. Okay, have friends that you read together with, that you can share ideas with. As you're reading, they can help you to learn more. Okay, they can give you tests. As I said, that we did during our own time. Then you can also do like that with your study group. All right. So are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? So we're moving to goal setting for academic excellence. This one is very, very important. Okay, it's very, very, very important. You must learn to set goals. So are you learning? Just comment yes. Comment yes, and make sure you invite everybody here. I don't know why we have over 500 people on the group, and only 13 people are here, and most people on YouTube. Huh?
Most of them are not
Okay.
on YouTube.
Yeah, it's okay. They will watch the. I will not even make the replay available. No make it. Just please make sure to keep telling them to join. Okay, because we can decide not to make the replay available. I want to see anybody that's on YouTube. Okay. So we're just going to get. Let's just continue because of time. This is 9:01 already. And out of 5 sessions, I just finished 2 sessions. Okay, so goal setting for academic excellence. All right, so goal setting is very important. In fact, one of the things I attributed, I shared earlier that it was since 200 level that I had the idea that I'm going to come out I'm going to graduate as a best graduate student. All right, that's a goal. So I had that goal in mind, and that goal drove me. It drove me when I say someone is driving someone mad, because it's give me a sense of direction. And what that means is that I cannot do what many other persons do. If any other person is not serious with their academics, it cannot be me, because I have a goal that I must achieve. Okay, and that's why it's very important that you have a goal. Okay, so without goals, what do? You drift. What does drift mean? Drift means you just walk around. You are going nowhere. You're just going. Like someone meets you. It's like you're going from you come out of your house. You're at a Jagun gate, and then you face Imareje, and someone is asking you, "Where are you going?" And you say, "I don't know. I'm just going." That doesn't mean that you are drifting. You don't know where you are going, and that's even, in fact, the problem with many of you here, and those of you that are watching me play. Many students, you don't even know where you're going. For me, I've never entered an exam hall before without having a clear picture of what I want to achieve. Does it mean that I achieve it all the time? No, but you must have a clear picture of what you want to achieve, because that will determine what you do in the exam hall. All right. So academic success doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. Okay, it happens by design. And if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. You just take any road. You just do whatever you want to do. If you don't know where you are going, that's just it. If you don't know where you're going, any bus that is going, you just follow the bus. And they ask you where are you going, you just say, I'm just going on. Okay? So you have to ask yourself these questions. What do I want to achieve this semester? This time around, you need to put it in your really put it down, put pen to paper. What do I want to achieve this semester? I want to achieve 4.5 in this semester. I want to achieve 5.0. For me, actually, I always encourage go for 5.0. You can do it. You have ever had A before? You have ever had A before in your life? You can have 5.0. So what it means is that you just need to make sure that you have A in all of your courses. And these courses, you are not writing it at the same time. You're just focusing on one course at a time. One course at a time. All right. So ask yourself, what do I want to achieve this semester? Decide it. What do I want to achieve? And ask yourself, why is it important to me? For example, now every single semester that I want to achieve 5.0, the reason why it's important to me is because I want to graduate as a value-based graduate student. And to graduate as a value-based graduate student, I must always strive for 5.0. Then ask yourself, what's my academic vision? That means, what is the overall vision of your academics? For me, back then in school, it is to graduate as the best graduate student. For you, it can be you want to graduate as a first class. Maybe in your family, you're the first person. Nobody has ever come up with a first class before, and you decide that you want to break that particular record. Yes, you can break it. That's going to be your academic vision. And that's why again, you can't compare yourself with others. You can't copy other people. There's some of you that you're good. You come out with 2-2. 2-2, you are good. School does not beat you. You did not beat school. It is draw. You are good. Second class lower. Some of you, it is second class upper. 2-1. Okay, school score. You score. School score again. But then at 93 minutes or 9 minutes, you just add one more goal. So you won. Or you can just score 1-0. First class is 1-0. First class is not even 1-0. First class is clean sheets. You score and score. You can score 7-0. Can score 10-0. Okay, but school is not able to respond to anything. That's what we mean. Okay, so top students are not just smart, they are intentional. Sometimes it's not about how capable you are, it's about how intentional you are, it's about how deliberate you are, it's about how much you want this thing. And so you have to be clear about what you want to achieve, because clarity fuels consistency. When you are clear on what you want to achieve, it drives you, it keeps you going. Okay, it keeps you persistent, it gives you resilience. Okay, so when you know your why, the how will become easier. There's this saying that say when there's a will. So please let me to complete this statement. When there is a will, I'm waiting. No, when there is a will,
There is a way.
there's a way. Good. When there's a will, there's a way. But guess what? They don't tell you where the will come from. Where did the will come from? The will come from the why. When you have a strong why, your strong why will give you strong will. Again, your strong why will give you strong will. And your strong will make way for you. It's as simple as that. So you have to have a strong why. You have to be clear on exactly what you want to achieve. Okay, so now there are two goals. Some of them I'm going to explain in here: smart and deep goals. So you need to set goals that inspire action and guide focus. I mean, goals that inspire you to take action, goals that encourage you, that motivate you to act, and goals that keep you focused. So when they say somebody is coming to TASUED to come and sing, to come and do entertainment, I'm not asking you not to be entertained, but you know the goal you are going for. Okay, so you decide which one is going to get me my goal. Is it to go and listen to this person, or to sit here and learn, or to go for tutorial? And so you should also set smart goals. What do you mean by smart goals? You have to set goals that are specific. You have to be very clear. Specific means that you are absolutely clear on this is what I want to achieve. When you achieve it, nobody is going to achieve 5.0 and then another person will call it 4.9. No, it is, what's it called? It is specific, and then it's measurable. How will you measure it? If you want to have 5.0, it's easily measurable. What it means is that you must have A's in all your courses. So you can measure it. Achievable. This is very, very important. You must check yourself. See, you don't need to run someone else's race. Some of you know, based on the course you are doing this semester and how prepared you are, you can only have 4 A's, 3 B's in your course. Please stick to it. Don't say because of the if I say you can have and go for A is all true, and you now want to kill yourself. No. So you have to check this goal that I say I want to achieve. Is it actually achievable by me? Based on the resources I have, based on my level of preparation, can I achieve it? Then the other thing is relevance. For some of you now, it is true that you want to come out with. What are you looking for 5.0 for? It's not relevant to your goal. So relevancy is mainly talking about those things, that goal that you want to achieve. How relevant is it to your vision? But even some of you don't have a clear vision in the first place. You don't have a goal in the first place. So how will you even know that that goal is relevant to you? Or another example, you want to have 5.0, you want to come out with first class, or you're setting goal that you want to score C, you want to have C in a particular course. How does it work? How does it go together? So you're doing that, you don't know what you're doing. Sorry. And then it must be time bound. It must be time bound. For you now, it's automatically time bound because it's a semester. So it's not that you want to just have, and you want to, you know, you just come. Because some of you just come. What do you want to do? I want to have A. No, you have to be specific. In this particular course, Math 111, I want to have A. Even that A is going to be specific. I want to have 74 in Math 111. Or I want to have 97. It means your score. I want to have 97 in Math 111. Okay, it is measurable. If you score 97, nobody will give you 98. Okay, and you have to check yourself. Is it achievable? Yes, it's achievable. For example, now let's say your class now you already scored 30/30 in the test in the CA. Out of 70, you feel like, I know this thing well. I should be able to score 67/70. Yeah, relevant. And let's say you want to score, your goal is to get first class in the end. That's relevant to you. Time bound is a semester. It's already time bound already. Then deep goals. These are very, very important. So what are the deep goals? They are goals that are driven by purpose. Again, it's still connected back to your vision. Goals that are relevant to your vision, goals that are driven by your strong why. They are emotional. They are something you care about deeply. For example, when I was in school, basic ability student is something I care about. I care about it so much because I know this is something I want to achieve. So every single day that I wake up, that I go to school, that I read, that I study, I know that this is what I'm working for. So it's an emotional desire for me. And then empowering, it has to be goals that build your belief, goals that make you believe more in yourself, goals that give you confidence, goals that you know that if you achieve this particular thing, it's going to inspire you, and it's going to inspire other people. Purposeful, again, is aligned with your vision. It's aligned with your vision. All right. So let's go ahead. So goal breakdown activity. I've even done this before. Again, I've done it already. First thing, write down one academic goal for this semester. You want to have 4.5, 4.75, 4.8. Then break it down. So for example, let's say you are doing 10 courses. So you need to ask, okay, if I want to have 4.8, how many courses must I get A? Which course can I get B? So for example, out of 10 courses, now, for you to have 4.8, yes, 4.8, let's say 4.79 or 78. Yeah, out of 10 courses, let's say you want to get 4.78. What it means is that you must have 4.77, you must have at least 8 A's and 2 B's. You must have at least what? 8 A's and 2 B. So you can now check all your list of courses. Which 2 courses do I know that are giving me a lot of issue that I'll just give them B. I'll just know that thematic B. Once I get B in this one, I'm good. But you see the other one, by fire by thunder, we must score A in it. Okay, so with that now, you now ask, after you have now decided on that, you now ask yourself, what must you do weekly to reach this particular goal? So you already decided that in math 412 you must score A, or let's say for math 421. Why am I using math only? Let's say you already know that in GCP 321 you must score what? A. You must score 87 in it. So you now ask yourself, what will I do every week to make sure that I score this score? Okay. Again, after you've done weekly, another question you ask yourself, what small steps can I take daily? What is that one small thing that you can do every day to make sure that you actually achieve the goal? Okay. And you must also make your study goal-based. Make your study time goal-based, not just time-based. What does this mean? It means that it's not just about the time you spend studying. It's about what you're able to achieve. Some of you say you want to study for 2 hours. You spend 1.5 hours on Facebook and you use 30 minutes to read. And then you come out and say you have spent 2 hours to read. So it's not about how many hours you spend, it's about what you do. So, for example, you will say, I want to finish chapter 4 and solve 5 questions. Instead of just saying, I will study for 2 hours. Because you see this chapter 4 and 5 questions, you can do it within 30 minutes and you are done. And you can say you do it for 2 hours and it will take you 3 hours. So it means that once you get to 2 hours now, you will not do anything again. You just stop. No, that's not how it works. All right. So another thing that we need to work on, we need to talk about, very, very important, is time management and focus strategies. You must learn how to manage your time and you must learn how to retain your focus. So how many of you like to learn about time management? We like to learn about time management. Huh? Will you? Aye. Amazing. Okay, so your time is very important. And the way you spend your time will determine the grade you have. Okay, one of the things I always talk about is that there's these currencies of life. So there's something we call coins of life. And we use the acronym MEET. We use the acronym MEAT. M means money, E means energy, A means attention. You see this T, it means time. So time is a currency. And the way you spend your time will determine the grade you are going to have. If you spend your time on things that does not matter, you will not get things that matter. This is not a course. It's just the way things work. I will repeat that. If you spend your time on things that does not matter, your grade will not matter. But if you spend your time on things that matter, you will have grade that matters. Grade that when you are outside, you say, this is my CGPA. You're like, omo dada, omo gidi. That's my boy. Okay? So again, so let's go ahead. So you don't fail because of a lack of potential. You fail because of poor planning. A lot of us fail not because we don't have what it takes to actually achieve the success that we're chasing. A means attention. Attention. We fail because we don't plan our life. You just do whatever comes to your mind to do. So your success is hidden in your daily routine. Your success is hidden in those things that you do every day. Let me expand this so you can see it. Okay, so your success is hidden in your daily routine. Your success is hidden in those simple, small things that you do every single day. You play game every single day, or you read every single day. That is what determines your success. And guess what? Time is your greatest academic currency, even bigger than money, because everything you do, you need time. When you're studying, you're studying in time. When you go to class, time. When you don't go to class, time. It is time you are spending time. You know, it's like money. When you spend money on something good, you say we are investing it. When you spend money on something bad, what do you say? You say you are wasting it. So it's that you spend your time wisely or you spend your time foolishly. But the way you spend your time will determine how you are going to, what you are going to have. Okay, so the problem is that you are distracted. You say you want to read, before you know it, you are already on something else. You don't have a plan of action. Okay, and then you wait until deadline. And I'm guilty of this. They have to admit to you, I am very guilty of this. There's some assignment they're going to give us that it is a day before the assignment that you start running and scatter, that you want to submit the assignment, that you want to start doing the assignment. So it's not good enough. So what is the solution? You have to take control of your time. You have to know that time does not control you. You control time. So you have to own your schedule. You have to own your schedule. Every day, have a schedule, have a to-do list. This is what I'm doing today. These are the things I'm learning today. And if you don't learn those things, don't go and sleep. Yes. Okay. Own your schedule and then plan your excellence. You have to plan your life, plan your time. Some of you, you don't even know what you want to do. You don't even have any plan in your life. Anybody can just come into your life and say, Lagbaja, hey, Shegun, please let's quickly go to that place together. Because you don't have a plan in your own life. You don't know that you're supposed to read. I will start following other people around instead of you focusing on your life. Okay? So the time management framework, the 3 P's. Number 1, prioritize. Prioritize means that number 1, focus on high impact academic activity. You know, I don't say high impact activities. High impact academic activities means academic activities that you can engage in that will have the highest impact or the greatest impact on your academic performance. Okay, it can be going to class, attending tutorials, doing personal reading, engaging in study group, doing exercise, doing review. In fact, it can be just sleeping. Like you go to class since morning and then you are tired. You just need like sleep 30 minutes so that you can have the head space. You can be able to like focus on reading. Okay, and don't waste your best energy on low value tasks. Don't waste your energy on tasks that will not give you value, that will not what's it called, move you forward, that will not contribute enough to your academic performance. So after you have prioritized, what do? Plan. Create a weekly study timetable. Okay, so every week you must know this is what I'm learning. In this particular week, I'm going to learn this. So you need to create a weekly study timetable. And then lastly, identify your top 3 academic tasks each day. This is very, very important. Identify 3 things that you will do concerning your academics every day. You go to class, you don't go to class. 3 things that you will do every single day without fail. So 3 things you're going to do every single day without fail in your academics. Okay. The last one is protect. You have to protect. You know the way you protect your money. You know the way you have to protect your money. You guard your money. You don't want anybody to steal it. That's the way you must protect your time. And how do you do that? You turn off distraction during study time. Some of you, your phone is too distracting. Throw it away. Don't throw it away. Actually, without your phone, you'll not be here. But the thing is, you must learn how to control your phone. Don't let your phone control you. Okay, don't let your phone control you. You must learn how to control your phone. So identify your top 3. So turn off distraction during study time. And lastly, block social media. Block the noise. Anything that steal your focus. You see the word steal. Anything that steal your focus, that distracts you or that attracts you away from your study is a distraction. Block them off. There's an app called Stay Free. You can check it on Google Play Store. Stay Free. It's an app that you can use to block some app on your phone. You can use it to schedule a work focus mode. That once you turn on focused mode like this, some apps will no longer work on your phone. It's get to a point where you can even put password there. You can tell it to lock it to be accountable because you are the one that put those things there. You can try to stop it. You can make it accountable that if you want to, I did it before. If you want to, so if, for example, now you put your phone on focus mode, or you already say that between 8 and 12 is your focus mode. You're not going to watch, you're not going to open WhatsApp. It's going to be a very big trouble. It's going to be very challenging for you to open WhatsApp at that time. Because when you want to open WhatsApp, it's going to, as you're opening it, it will be closing it. It will tell you if you want to open this thing, you have to type something. And guess what? That thing is like very long. Like let's say 100 words. You have to type it one by one. It's not, in fact, they did it. The first time I did it, I was like, maybe I just copy all this thing and paste it inside that in the box. But you will not be able to do any pasting. You have to type it one by one. And if you are going against that particular rule that you have set for yourself 1,000,000 times a day, you will keep typing it every day. You will get tired. That thing that you want to do, but by the time you finish typing that the penalty, this thing, you don't even want to do it again. Okay, so you have to block social media and use apps that can actually help you to manage your apps on your phone so that you don't get distracted easily. And you must remember that discipline is remembering what you want most, not what you want now. Most of us, the problem is that we focus and only invest in the things that we want now. We forget about the things that we want most or the thing that is going to matter most to us in the future. Right? What are the study techniques that you can use that maximize your time? So you must know that studying without structure will lead to burnout and poor retention. Okay, and these are some of the time maximizing techniques you can use. So so there's this thing called Pomodoro technique. And this is something that I strongly recommend that you do. Okay, Pomodoro technique, what does it mean? It simply means that you study for 25 minutes, okay, and you take a 5 minutes break. Let me check. Then I send an image on the chat. Okay, still loading. So you study for 25 minutes. Okay, for example, let's say you want to study for 2 hours now. Let's use 2 hours as an example. You want to study for 2 hours, and then you feel like, what is I studying now? I'm going to get tired. I'm going to get distracted. So this is what you should do. You set your time, and then you study for 25 minutes, uninterrupted study, focus study, 25 minutes. Once it's 25 minutes, you will leave whatever you are doing and you take a 5 minutes break. You can go and do anything. You can play game. You can simply watch small part of a movie. You can even just move around, talk, gossip, whatever you want to do. But once it's 5 minutes, go back to your study. You do that 25 minutes again. So you repeat like 4 cycles. Do 25 minutes, take a break 5 minutes, do 25 minutes. By the time you do it 4 times, that's 2 hours of study already. 2 hours of study, you have spent 100 minutes, 1 hour, 40 minutes studying, and 20 minutes taking break. You're going to achieve more than someone that just decided, hey, I must spend 2 hours to study continuously. Okay? So after that 4 cycle, you cannot take longer. You cannot say, okay, yes, I'm going to just take longer break. I will maybe take a nap or go and play football, spend 1 hour, 2 hours, come back again, do it again. So this actually help you. It's help you to maintain your focus. Also give you stamina, because now you don't just sit down in one place. You're not just doing one particular thing at all time. You're giving yourself a break. You can do something, things that you enjoy. All right. So we're moving on to the. So another one is the daily big theory. The daily big theory. This one is that you identify your 3 most important tasks each day. Your 3 most important tasks each day. You wake up and the first thing you do is, what is the most important 3 tasks that I must do today? What is the 3 most important tasks that I must do today? You list them down and you make sure that you complete them. So, excuse me, it's not about how perfect you are when it comes to these particular things, these 3 things that you have highlighted, that you have mentioned, you have decided. It is that the fact that you discipline yourself to actually complete it. So you must focus on completion over what? Perfection. And then you must also block your day. What does it mean to block your day? It means that you segment your day. In the morning, this is what I'm going to do. In the afternoon, this is what I'm going to do. In the evening, this is what I'm going to do. So in the morning, for example, you can say I'm going to do revision and I'm going to deal with difficult subjects. In the afternoon, I'll just do lighter tasks and I will take breaks. In the evening, I will do recap, I will review, and I will rest. Okay, so block your day. Okay, in the morning, this is what I'm doing. In the afternoon, this is what I'm doing. In the night, in the evening, this is what I'm doing. Okay, and you must always remember, it's not about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing what matters. You can be doing, there's this analogy of, there's a difference between progress and movement. You can be moving and not progressing, because you can be moving in circle. You're moving in circle. If you're moving in circle, when you move to some extent, you will go back to where you start from. But if you just keep rolling, so you're still moving in circle, but you are not progressing. Okay, so another thing you need to learn how to beat is procrastination. You must learn how to beat procrastination, because procrastination is one of the thieves. One of the things that hold a lot of us back from what? From achieving our goals. But you must know that procrastination is not laziness. You procrastinating does not mean that you are lazy. It simply means it's just a fear in disguise. And what type of fear? Fear of failure, fear of not understanding, or fear of succeeding. I mean, this is the one that is even big. And most of us don't even know that this thing exists. When they talk about fear of failure beside you, is understandable. But what about fear of success? Because there's something we call fear of success. Fear of failure is that you don't want to fail because you will feel ridiculed. You will feel like this thing. You will feel like you're not capable. What about fear of success? Fear of success is the fact that you are so afraid that when you succeed, you must keep succeeding. You're so afraid that when you succeed, like if you later fail, people will see you for fraud. People will tell you that you're not authentic. They will call you fake. So because of that, you don't even want to succeed at all. Okay, so how do you fight all this back? Number one, start small. I've given you the Pomodoro technique. If 25 minutes is too much, start with 10 minutes. Start with 10 minutes. Okay? Break tasks down. I've talked about this to turn big topics into tiny pieces. Start small. Break all these things down. If it is too much, you get overwhelmed. You get overwhelmed and you don't know where to start. Okay? Use a timer. You can time yourself to create urgency. Use a timer. Okay, you want to spend just 10 minutes. Use a timer. You know the time is going. So you have to do, and you know that this thing, you must do it within 10 minutes. So that's going to create urgency for you. And also reward yourself. Whenever you do what you say you're going to do, find a way to reward yourself. Buy yourself a shawarma. Buy yourself shawarma. Buy yourself ice cream. Okay? Buy yourself something that you really want, that you enjoy. If you do what you say you're going to do. Also, another thing that can actually help you is to change your environment. Some of you, the place you are does not encourage reading. It's not reading friendly. So it's best that you actually change the environment. It's very important that you do what? That you change the environment because it's going to help you. So changing your environment can help you focus more. Okay, so you need to study where focus comes easier, not just where everything is going to be distracted. Some of you in your environment, everybody just make noise anyhow. You need to go to school in the evening and go and read, or go and find your roommates another person's place, or just find a corner where nobody's going to disturb you. Okay, so you must know procrastination steals dreams in a slow motion. Don't let it steal your dream. Because when you procrastinate today, what you're supposed to do today, take it tomorrow, you don't do it. Then you keep procrastinating and keep procrastinating and keep procrastinating. Before you know it, you have missed out completely. All right, so the last session, which is on balancing academics and leadership. Do you have any student leader here? Anybody? Because I think this is another problem. And that's why the reason why we have to add this is because we understand that there are a lot of people who are engaged in politics. And then you can see, in fact, most of the time we are always very surprised when you see someone that is engaged in politics and still come out with what? First class. At least I know. When I was in school, when I was the vice president of my department, one of the person I considered to be a sister, Miss, what's her name? Queen Esther. Yes, we call her Queen Esther. She was the former, she was the, I think, 14th General Secretary. No, 15th. Should be 15th General Secretary. Yes, 15th General Secretary of TASUED. General Secretary. She was O3 of the school. She's in mind of mathematics actually. And during her set, she was the only one that I know that came out with first class. SCG. Not not any other SCG. SCG that is very active, that people know very well. That is always everywhere. When it comes to studying, she finds time to study. So what about you? You also engage in academic leadership, or you intend to go to it. How do you balance the two? Okay. Coming from someone, at least when I was in 300 level, I was the vice president of my department. And since that 300 level first semester, while I was running around, 100 level student just entered then. I mean, that's life. See, Mr. Daniel is currently the vice president now. He was 100 level then. I was like chasing everybody around, do this, do that, all those things. And guess what? I had 5.0 that 100 level, 300 level first semester, even with my running around as a vice president. Right? So you can be a leader and not lose your grade. You don't have to lose your grade because you're leading. So leading without losing your grades. Yes, you can be a student leader and an academic champion. In fact, that's the best thing for you to be a student leader. You have this post, and then you are still making waves. You are still making academic champion. People are going to like respect you a lot. Okay, they will give you extra respect. Okay, so I did it, and so can you too. I did it. I was the vice president of my department, and it does not make me what's it called, scholars. Okay, so what are the common challenges that student leaders have? Meetings. There's a lot of meetings that are cutting into your study time. Emotional exhaustion from team drama. For example, you go for a meeting, a later continue, you go for business, all those things. You go for this, you go and have this meeting. By the time you get home, you are already tired emotionally. Okay, overcommitment. You are doing too much. You want to be the best leader. Abi, that's all. You must understand that why it's good to have leadership experience. Your major, the most important thing that you are sent to school to come and do is to learn. So you cannot overcommit to your leadership position and leave your academic life to suffer. So that the mindset shift that you can do. First, you are a student first before you become a leader. So your studentship must always be your first priority. Your academics must be your first priority before your leadership. Okay, so you must understand leadership is a platform to grow, not a permission to neglect your grades. Some of you, once you got a post, you become a senator, honorable, HOC like this, already assume that you don't need to worry about your grade again. It will shock you. Huh? To shock you, to open your eyes. Your eyes will open like this. You'll not be able to close it. You have not seen HOC that will repeat before. HOC that will have carryover. You not see senators that have carryover before. Have you not seen some of the student leaders that will, maybe after 2 or 3 years that they have graduated, they will still be in school roaming around because they still have some courses that they are doing. That should not be. I don't put that as your own portion. Whether you are here or watching a replay, say I'm in your distance. Okay, so what are the 4 rules of balancing both? Number 1, time block for everything. Time block for everything. What does it mean? It means that assign fixed hours for everything. Fixed hours for studying, fixed hours for meeting, fixed hours for rest. You already know. This time from this time, I'm in class, I'm studying. If the sky is falling, I'm not available, I'm studying. You already know, okay, this time, let's say 8 to 4 o'clock, that's my study time. 4 to 6, I can go for meetings, I can do whatever I want to go. From 6 o'clock till maybe the next morning, that's my own rest time. I will go, I will cook, I will rest, I will sleep. That's my rest time. Another second rule, set boundaries. Set boundaries. It is not every task of me that is urgent. No, not everything. There are some meetings that if you don't attend, it's nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Okay? And sometimes it is necessary for you to say no. When it's necessary for you to say no, say it. Say it. Don't try to be the Mr. Nice Guy. Again, don't try to be what? Mr. Nice Guy. Another thing is delegate effectively. You don't have to do everything. For example, you are the president of the department, the president of your college, you are a senator, you have other people that you're also developing. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Okay? Don't do what others can do. Give it to them, let them do it. Okay? And you need to train your team. When I say train your team, it doesn't mean that anybody give you a team, but you can also develop your own team. When I was the vice president, this is what I did. And I'm glad that this is still a legacy that is still in, what's it called? That is still very present in the Department of Mathematics. So what I did was, before I became the vice president, I'm the guy that do tutorials a lot. I remember then, I would come to school Saturday and I would do tutorial from 8 o'clock to sometimes 6 o'clock. I would do tutorials from 8 to 10. I would do general. For those of you that know, I think 9 o'clock. I doubt there's anybody here. Maybe the current 400 level student, yes, or maybe at this 100 level, this 300 level students, it will be another level. Then I will do tutorial for 100 level maths for courses to then maybe maths 111 or maths 121. I'll do it from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. It's still 3 hours, 9 to 12. Then I'll do for 200 level student. Then I'm 300, I'll do for 200 level student. Then from 12 to 3. Then I'll do for my own level. Okay, I think it's 2 hours, 10, 10. Yes, 10 to 2. Sorry, 10 to 12, 12 to 2, 2 to 4. I'll do for 100 level first, I'll do for 200 level second, and I'll do for 300 level, my own level, I'll do for it. So that's like 6 hours. Okay? And most of the time, sometimes I don't get to eat anything, I'll just keep doing it. So at one point, I feel like, man, I can't continue doing this. What do? I set up the academic committee. I get people in my own level that I know that they are good with tutorials and they are willing to volunteer. I get the one for 300 level, I get the one for, the one for 200 level. Then they are in 400 level now. I get the one for 100 level. They are also in 300 level now. Daniel then, our moderator was one of the people that I got then that is part of the academic, call them tutorial coordinator, academic committee in their own level. So what did I do? I just need to monitor them. And get them to do their work. So in each level, they have a tutorial coordinator. Tutorial coordinator will be the one to coordinate tutorial, fix the time for the tutorial, get the person that will do the tutorial, get marker, get venue and all those things. For me, it's just to get reports from them, ask them, do the tutorials today, set timetable, divide courses by themselves. That's it. So I also have peace of mind. I'm able to focus on other things because I've been able to delegate. So you need to train your team and you have to trust them. I have to trust them. They cannot do the tutorial the way I'm going to do it. Exactly. They can't do it as I'm going to do it. That does not mean that I would necessarily do it better than them. But it means that I can trust them to do it. And then because I trust them, I don't have to worry. Now when I leave school, I don't have to worry that nobody's going to continue doing tutorial again because it's something they are used to. So they keep doing it. Okay, so another thing is use dead hours for review. For example, you are traveling, you are going for a particular meeting, you are in bus, you are inside the bus, or you are going to school. For those that are coming from town, right, in the bus, don't just waste your time. Use that to review. Okay, use that to review. Waiting periods, you are waiting for something, or for example, all this you want to write e-test, you are lining up and you're waiting for the distance to get to your turn. Don't just wait there. Find a corner and keep reviewing, keep reading. Okay, I can use free moment to also revise flashcard or listen to audio notes. I mentioned earlier that you can record audio notes. Use those free time to listen to audio notes. Again, so leadership shouldn't cost you success. You should sharpen it. Your leadership should not cost you your success. You should do what? Sharpen it. So how do you build a lifestyle of excellence? One, you must know, excellence is not a one-time event. It's a daily choice. It's something that you do daily. And balance is not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things with discipline. So when we talk about balance, it's not about you do everything. It's about doing what matters the most. It's about doing the right things with what discipline. So to live excellently, first, Plan your day before it begins. For example, this is Saturday night. What you're going to do Sunday morning or throughout Sunday, get a pen and paper, write it down. I'm going to wash plate, I'm going to wash clothes, I'm going to go to church, I'm going to go to mosque, I'm going to read this book, I'm going to read that book, I'm going to do this assignment, I'm going to write every single thing down. Okay, protect your morning and night. This is very important. What do you do the first thing when you wake up? What's the first thing that you do when you wake up? Is it that the first thing you do is to go to Facebook and go and watch some crap? So you have to protect your morning. Your morning, most of the time, your morning, as you just wake up, your brain is at a very high state, okay, of reception. That should be, you can use that time to actually read, you can use that time to study, things that is going to boost your brain. And also, time that you want to sleep, because what you do the last thing before you sleep will affect how you wake up, will affect what you wake up to. Okay, so you need to make sure that you protect your night, okay, and your morning. And then keep your reflect weekly, every week. Always ask what worked, what didn't. Always ask yourself, this week, what did I do wrong? What do I do right? What should I stop doing? What should I continue doing? What should I start doing? And then keep your why in front of you always. Always remind yourself of your why. For me, when I was in school, it is BGS. I have to remind myself every single time. The goal is to get best graduating student. I have to remind myself every single time. Okay. So final thought, your life as a student leader is a seed. It's a seed for you. Sow it with wisdom, grow it with discipline, and harvest it with joy. Okay, I will say that again. Your life as a student leader is a seed. Sow it with wisdom. Okay, grow it with discipline and harvest it with joy. All right, so that's just it. We have come to the end. I'm just going to do a success, a recap. So to put everything together, your ultimate exam success blueprint includes all this: clarity, know exactly what you want to achieve. I've talked about this. Confidence, build belief through preparation and what? Mindset. Consistency, small, smart effort done daily. Make sure that it's not what you do once in a while that will determine your success. It's what you do every day. Okay, control, master your time, your energy, and your attention. And then completion, set your goals and finish strong. Set your goals and what? Finish strong. All right. So do you have any questions? What are the things you must do next? Don't just live here inspired. Don't just live here taught. Live with a plan. Number one, choose one study technique. I've explained a lot of them to start using this week. Okay. And create a weekly study schedule before you sleep tonight. This particular one, you must do it. Okay. The group is going to be open. You can send it to the group. Don't send it to me, please. Just send it to the group. Okay. Define one smart goal for your next exam. So one smart goal. I want to have 4.5 in this semester. So I have 4.5, I must have 5 A's, 5 B's. 5 A's, 5 B's. I doubt that was going to give me 4.5, but I must have 5 A's, 3 B's. Okay? All right? Join or form an accountability group. There's any group you can bring together students in your school, your class, that you know they are also like pushing, they are also learning, they're also serious. Join them. If there's nothing like that, start one. Get one of your friends that you know, this boy is so serious, this man is so serious. Come together. Before you know it, from 2 you get to 3, from 3 you get to 4. And then use time blocks to protect your most productive hours. All right. So lastly, excellence does not respond to motivation. Excellence responds to consistency. All right. So this is where we're going to put a stop to it. Thank you so much. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay, we have covered a whole lot. Now it's your turn. Drop your questions in the chat, or you can raise your hand and you can unmute. Ask anything: mindset, strategy, study habit, planning, or even anything about my personal journey. You have the chance to ask me any question now. If you don't answer it, don't ask it now, it's gone. And there's nothing like a silly question. You just need to ask what's going to move you forward. So I see a question here. So just asking. What I want to know, that's okay, tips are clear to go a long way. I will appreciate your teaching ideas. But I want to know that thing you do differently from others, your own private code. Do you have a private code? I've shared a lot of it here already. Is it the way you read or the way you answer questions? It is both. It's all. The way you read matters and the way you answer questions matters. There are people who are very good. And I love this question. There are people who are very good. They know it, but they don't know how to answer the question. So for me, let me give you this example. Okay, Esther, right? Can you unmute? Let's have this conversation. Esther, can you unmute yourself? Let's have this conversation. Let's make it practical. Just unmute yourself. So, hi, Esther. Good evening. Hello, Esther. Can you hear me? Oh, so Esther, can you hear me? Okay, good. But I'm going to need you to speak louder. Okay. So I want to ask you this question: have you gone fishing before, or you know anybody that has fished before, or you know the process of fishing? I can't really hear you clearly. I don't know. I don't know. Am I not going to? I might need to like go for someone else who is here that has a very okay. Daniel. I don't want to use Daniel. Okay, wait. Let me just.
Now,
Okay. Let's do this.
am I
Okay.
audible now?
Oh, amazing. You're audible now. Good. You're
Okay.
audible now.
What I'm saying is that I see it in movies. Like I've not gone fishing before.
Okay, amazing, amazing. So let me ask this simple question. Okay, if you want to go fishing, actually the one you see in movies, there's something we call bait. All right.
Yes.
So do you know what bait does?
To catch the fish, to
To attract the fish.
attract
It
the
is
fish, right?
it is the bait that it is that same bait. So I want to ask you, if you want to catch a fish and you want to use a bait, what do you use as a bait? Please listen. Is it what you like to eat or what the fish like to eat?
Is what the fish like to eat.
Exactly. I do this to answer your question about is it the way I answer my
Oh,
question? Because
but
the most important thing is
during
that
that,
you must understand your lecturers.
exactly.
You must what? Understand your lecturers. There are lecturers in your department that if they ask you what is a noun, they expect you to give them 2 pages. You have to explain noun, explain types of noun. They do not ask you, but if you don't write it, it is 1/10.
Hmm.
And there's some lecturer, they ask you what is a noun, and you give example, with it is 0. So you
Yeah,
must understand
I
your
clearly
lecturers.
understand that. But Wesha, you mentioned mentorship because what if in a year one student does not yet close to the lecturer and does not know what the lecturer likes or wants, and
So,
you want to
okay,
build
go on.
your CGPA the way people say, they said the foundation is in the 100 level for semester, and you
Exactly.
might not be
It's very,
able
very
to meet
important.
up again if you flip it.
So this is how it works. Okay. So when I say no lecturers, it's not about sometimes it's not about how much you have spent with them. It's just more about you attend their classes. That's number one. Number two also is that you learn from other people. What do I say? You learn from other people. So for example, now when I'm writing the exam, thank God you asked this question. Maybe to bring out some things I did not even mention yet. When I enter a particular semester, before I enter a particular semester, the first thing I do is go and look for people in higher level. For example, I want to enter 300 level now. I'll go and meet students in 400 level. I just got to 400 level. I will collect all their materials that they use in 300 level. I will collect all the past questions that they use in 300 level. Some of them, I will have conversation with them. Who teach you this particular course? They will tell me, this person that teaches this course. And I will, it's also the person that is teaching us this course. How, how did this woman always teach? How did you like this thing? So it's not possible. The most important thing is for you to be exposed. So, for example, if you're in 100 level now, you might feel like, how am I going to do this? I don't even know this lecturer. There's someone that you know that know the lecturer. And that's why you must build relationship. You cannot get into a place and start feeling like, you don't know anybody. No, Yama jail, you will suffer. So you go and get people, go to 200 level, go to 300 level, build relationship with people. For me, anywhere I go, I always try to create families because like always attracts like. And if you want to fly like an eagle, you don't work with turkeys. You don't play with turkeys. So for me, let me give you an example. The best graduating student for my set was from mathematics department. She was my president when I was the vice president. You see that? And guess what? I stick with her. I even before I became a vice, before she became the president and I the vice president, I make her my sister because I saw what she's doing and I saw where she's going, and I know that that's also where I want to go to. So I don't collect anybody's past question except for my own. Our machine number is 030 is 32. I know this thing because on all our question paper there is matric number there. I don't collect any other person's past question, and she cannot give it to any other person because I will have asked. She will compile everything together, everything 300 level, first semester, second semester, everything together, give it to me. Anything I need, I can easily go and meet her. It was intentional because there are a lot of things that you can't get to know, and ignorance is not an excuse. Nobody cares whether you know or you don't know. It was when I must find a way to know. And you see that thing that you don't know, there are people who know it. So look for them and find them. Okay, for me, what I always do for in math departments that I hope that the people that are there right now are going to continue is that I take this thing very serious. 100 level students, as they are entering like this, I'll be the one looking for them. I will orientate them. I will talk to them. Even before I got any post, before vice president, these people that are in 300 level now, I will chase them. I will tell them I want to talk to you. They wonder, is this boy the HOC? Is this man the HOC? And then nobody even know anything. If not because everybody comes with I cannot BGS, nobody's going to know Abdelatif that much because nobody know you're not going to come anywhere and come and start telling people, this is my CGP, this is why you should listen to me when I'm talking to you. No. But then they shall listen. So I will chase them, I will tell them this is what you do, you're 100 level, this is the foundation, this thing. Once you don't do it now, it's going to be very hard to bring it back. And some of them, they are still, what was it called? Yeah. Some I don't know. Some of them enjoy it, and some of them will probably regret it that they don't do higher. Then, but the most important thing is that build relationship. Those things that you don't know, make sure that you have it's like you are a detective. Just like you have to study the fish to know what the fish is going to eat, you have to study your lecturer. If you don't study, if you don't have enough time to study the lecturer, go and look for someone that knows the lecturer and ask questions. You can even develop a relationship with the lecturer that you can ask the question. There are some times that I'm going to ask questions in class. Okay, lecturer is going to teach us something in class. I may not necessarily agree with it. I might feel like, maybe this thing is not the way I know it. But I'm going to ask one question. Sir, is this what you want us to give you? You write the exam. Because it's not about what I know. It's not about what I think is correct. It's about what the lecturer thinks is correct. If the lecturer teaches something, but you want to feel like, hey, yes, you know it so well. There are lecturers that they will even give you higher mark when you do something different from them. The lecturer that will tell you, if I write 1 + 1 = 3, that's what I want you to write it. You must know them. You must. So that's just the idea. Any other question, please?
Thanks so much, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other question? Mr. Daniel, we have started question and answer session already. Anybody have
Yes,
question?
sir.
You don't know when you are going to have this type of opportunity again. It does not come often. Man, when was the last time I talked like this? At least to students. Okay, so I have some final words here for you. Okay, after the question. So again, excellence is not for the lucky. It's for the intentional. It's for people that are intentional. There are a lot of things that I did not mention here. I did not talk. I cannot even say. I can't tell you in public that I did deliberately. I won't tell you here. It is those that are very close to me that I'm going to tell. Okay, and then if you later maybe if you ever got the opportunity, maybe you also get to know like Daniel. Now Daniel is my guy. Daniel is someone I can but that's just you cannot go and meet Daniel and say, Daniel, come and tell me story of this guy, and he's going to tell you. There's some things you know that when I tell him, it's only for him. The same thing. So, but the most important thing is that you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. Nobody gets to the top by being just lucky. And I said by being just lucky because luck is part of the equation. Because there are some things you can't control, something that just happened for you. And that's why you have to pray. You have to add God factor. I did not add that here because I did not make this to be part of my own journey. So if like to make this to be part of my journey, I'm going to mention all these things, but make it to be specific to a particular topic. So you have to add God to whatever you are doing, because there are some things that you cannot do, that you can't control, but God's grace is going to work for you. The grace of God is very real. I don't know, regardless of your religion, whether you're Muslim, you're Christian, whatever you believe in, but there are things that happen for you. There are things that will happen just because of you. Okay. And there are things that always happen to everybody, but when it comes to your turn, there will be an exception. You will not be able to explain it, but it will happen anyway. Okay? So you don't need magic. What you need is strategy, consistency, and belief. You need to have a strategy, and you need to be consistent, and you need to have an unwavering belief in yourself, and unwavering belief in God. Okay? So your future is counting on the decision you make today. Please know that. Whatever you make today will determine your future. Choose to show up and choose to shine. Okay, I remember our book of Abdulatif Adedeji. Okay, so I'm so excited that we have spent these 2 hours together, less than 2 hours, and I hope that this is going to help you. You watch the replay too. We are so glad that you did. Thank you so much, and I'm wishing you all the best. So again, for the last time, do anybody have any question? Okay, so as we know, this program is being aired by YALI.
Yes, I have a question.
Wait, let me see who wants to ask a question first. Is this someone I've asked before? Okay. Please go ahead, Miss Mutiat.
Okay. My question is, there are some lecturers, like there are some lecturers, they will tell you, my own question, my own, I don't do test, I don't do this. All my own, like there's a course I borrowed in 211, that's maths also. The lecturer always say that his assignment is always his test.
Matuotu. Okay.
Yes. That's Dr. Lawal. He said his assignment is always
He's my lecturer.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
He said his assignment is always his test. He does not give test. He does not. And I now want to ask. There are some particular student that does not used to attend this class. Like, I was like, can they even meet up with the exam? I don't know how to put it. Can they meet up? Because
let me ask you a question. Are you asking a question for them, or you're asking a question for yourself?
No, like I'm just asking the question. Though me, I used to attend this class, but I'm just asking because there was a friend I have.
That's their problem. Whether they meet up or not, they are supposed to attend class. It's even generous, and the assignment mostly is like, I think it should be workbook assignments, isn't it?
It does not even use workbook. We are not using workbook.
So,
you know, it's 211 course, so it's not using workbook.
Is it an assignment that is restricted to those that are in class alone?
Yes, it gives the assignment that everybody should do it.
So even if you don't come to class, you can still do the assignment.
But yes, you can do it.
So there's no excuse.
The last one he gave us, it's only people that attend the class that can do it, because he asked me to take the attendance for my department that day. It's only people that attend the class that can do that one.
Everybody should attend class. That's not a bad thing. It's a normal thing. Everybody should attend class. If you don't attend class, you're the one that will face the consequence. Okay, he is not even this thing. Lecture. Okay. For him, that you can, if he has entered class, you can still enter the class, isn't it?
You can enter. Yes, you can enter.
So you don't have any lecturer in chemistry department that once they enter,
we have plenty. We have plenty chemistry. You must not enter.
That's it now.
Let me see all the lecturer in chemistry. You cannot enter.
So it's a matter of understanding your lecturers. You have to understand them, and you have to do this thing. You have to do what it takes. So you have to abide by the rules and regulation. Most of the time, what you call that some lecturers are wicked, they are not wicked. They are just strict. They have principles. We are the one that don't follow their procedure, okay, or abide by their rules. So for that now, there's no problem. Your own is make sure you attend class, do the assignments, and you are good to go.
There are some lecturers that you will attend all their classes, you not miss class.
This particular session is not about lecturer. Ask question about what we have talked about here. Ask question about your own. Leave lecturers alone.
Sorry, I have one more question.
Okay, is that Esther?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So
please.
in
This,
section
you want
2,
to
you
talk about
said,
lecturer again?
sir?
Yes, go ahead, please.
So in section 2, you said, don't study harder, study smarter. And what is it called? In this section 2, you said we can study for 2 hours, 25 minutes, take 5 minutes
Okay.
break, then go back to it and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'm the kind of
Yes.
person that when I want to read, I like a very quiet place, like to read.
Exactly.
And when I want to read, although there's this phone distraction, so I used to off my phone so that I can
Okay.
concentrate. But if I don't read this particular place for like me reading over and over again to understand what I'm reading, definitely I'm just deceiving myself that I'm reading. For me to catch up a page, I'll use like 10 minutes or so. So if I should like cover 2 pages for that 25 minutes,
Okay.
are you saying that like if I come back, can I just like go forward with this thing, or I should go back to the one I've read before? Because
No, no, no.
the way
You move
I
forward.
normally read, when I read for that like 1 hour, I used to like read for an hour before I get tired of
Okay.
reading. But that 1 hour, I can only cover like 2 subjects maximum.
Okay.
That's if I like read and understand it.
Okay.
So that's 2 hours in a day, and I'm covering like 10 what was it called, 10 courses for the
Okay.
semester.
10
How
courses.
do how do I manage myself? How
So
do I cover
first,
like 10 subjects in how many months in the semester? And I know that I have a sound reading stuff like that.
first, have a timetable. Okay. Have a timetable. Or even before you have a timetable, first, everything go back to one thing. Have a goal. You are having 10 courses. Decide what you want to score in each of the 10 courses. Those 10 courses, for example, let's say you want to, let's take one course. What departments are you? Is it
English,
English? Yeah.
yes,
So
yes,
what level are you currently?
200 level.
200. Give me one course that you're going. How many courses are you doing this semester? Are you offering this semester?
Um, should I just come clean? I'm not in TASUED. I just saw
Okay.
this thing and I
No, no, it's not
was
a problem. Try wait. It's an academic webinar. We
ahead.
are we
So
are glad to
I'm
have
in,
you, Jared.
I'm in
So
Unilag.
which how many
So
courses are you having?
15 classes.
Okay, 15 courses. Wait,
Yeah,
what is it called? Which school?
Unilag.
You're like, wow, that's great. 15 courses in a semester.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so good. So we have 15 courses in a semester that you need to cover. Uh
Yeah.
yeah. So let's talk about it. What do you want to achieve in all those 15 courses altogether? Like what point? You didn't like use five
Honestly,
points grade, right?
me, I cannot be aiming for 5 points something, but I really want to like graduate with first class.
Forget about first class good, but decide right now what do you want to have?
It's
Is it
sound
5.0
first
that you want
class.
to have?
It's sound first like 4.8 or something.
Okay, 4.8 something. Why not go for 5.0? Do you know
I
one of
can
the reasons why I
aim
love
it.
Do you
I
know
can
one of the
do
reasons I love 5.2, going for 5.0, is that
okay.
does not require much calculation. If you want to go for 4.8 now, the problem with picking 4.8 is that now you have to sit down and calculate. So have 4.8. How many courses must you have A in? And which course can you have B? You hear the word can you. That means you are giving yourself the permission to
And to
have B.
do
And then by the time you give yourself permission to have B in a particular course, you see that permission will expand to another course. Okay?
that.
So for you to have 4.8 now, for you to have 5.0 now, it means that you must have A in all the courses. It's as simple as that. You don't need to calculate anything. Just know that this course, so English 101 or 201, I must have A. 202, I must have A. 203, I must have A. It's that simple. Now, the question you now ask yourself is deliberately. what will you do in each of the courses to have A? What will you do in each of the courses to have A? So from doing this, you already know, okay, and then you already know you have 15 courses. So let's say you are reading for 6 days a week. That's 6 days. So you can now have a timetable. Okay, let's say for some day you read three courses, three courses, three courses, three courses. Some day you read 2 courses. And then you know how to set the timetable. Now, if you are reading 3 courses per day and you say that, okay, you only have 2 hours to read, that means at least 40 minutes. Yes, 2 hours is 120 minutes. That means you have 40 minutes for each course. 40 minutes for each course. You can even use the Pomodoro technique. You read 15 minutes for a particular course, 5 minutes break. 15 minutes for a course, 5 minutes break. 15 minutes for a course, 5 minutes break. You have already done 3 courses. Then do it again. 15 minutes for that same course again. For the first course, 5 minutes break. 15 minutes again. Or just do 30 minutes for a course, 10 minutes break. The idea is that don't overwhelm yourself. Okay? Don't overwhelm yourself. Just make sure that you do as you are reading, because the most important thing you must know is that as much as you read, your brain needs time to rest. And because it is that time that your brain is using to rest that it is using to contextualize, to organize all the information that you have given it. So if the only thing you focus on is reading, that's why for me, it is during my exam, I sleep a lot. And I will encourage you to. You have to take care of your sleep. You have to sleep and you have to eat a lot. Because your brain is making use of a lot of energy. So you need a lot of strength. And then when you sleep, your brain has that time to reorganize information. Your brain is like you have a shop that you just pack everything inside the shop. And then before you wake up, and by the time you get back to the shop in the morning, everything has been rearranged. Well, that's what your brain does when you are sleeping. So all the information that you have been picking, that you are picking, that you don't even know, it does not even make sense to you. By the time you are resting or you are doing something fun that your brain does not have to think about, your brain will keep putting all those pieces together. You keep putting all those pieces together. But if the only thing you do is just work, your brain will not have the time to organize those things. So everything will just be disorganized. And you will not be able to bring anything out. So that's just the idea. So the most important thing is that if you want something, you can make it happen. You just need to, number one, understand yourself, understand your time, understand the time you have, the resources. I can't say, okay, you use 1 hour to read, you use 2 hours to read. You are the only one that know what you want to achieve. And second, you are the only one that know what is going to take for you to achieve it. Nobody else knows. For you now, what you're going to read for 2 hours, I may need 4 hours to read it. So if you are reading for 2 hours and I'm copying, I'm also reading for 2 hours, then I'm playing. Because that means I'm only reading 50% of what you are reading. So for me to be reading as much as you are reading, I must read for 4 hours. So I don't know if I'm able to answer your question to an extent.
Yeah. Very good. Thanks so much.
Okay, you're welcome. So I think I'm just going to end it here before I spend all the time answering questions.
I have a question too, sir.
Okay. Miss Rejoice.
Can I ask, sir?
Please ask.
Okay, because I dropped it on YouTube, but I noticed that you did not check it.
Okay, Mr. Daniel, please, can you go to YouTube and check for questions on YouTube?
Yes, I wanted to inform you that Abisola will just drop the question, but it seems she has come to Zoom to ask that question.
So please, go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, if you have a lecturer that wants everything that he taught in the class, like verbatim, like everything, like without adding your own thoughts, adding your own view, simplifying the thing. What can someone do? Because I have been having issue with that a lot of times, where the lecturer will say, "This is what I give you, and this is what you should give me back."
Exactly. So that's your question, Abi.
So that's my first question, and my second question is just two questions. Is that what if you have a set of students in your class that most like about 80% of them, they don't really have that zeal for academics. They just want to pass. Once they see 40 like this, they just thank God that finally, like they don't really all their concern is just that let me just pass, make I no get carry over, and a lot of them. So, and there's a saying that iron sharpens iron. But what if you are among those that they are not even iron at all? Maybe they are blade. So how will you be able to, like, you organize tutorial, they will frustrate it, you tell them, okay, there's this, there was someone that was talking about paid tutorial to me. I said, free tutorial, they have not come, not to talk of paid tutorial. And everyone is having issue with this course. It's a biochemistry course. So, but they don't care how they will pass. They just want to pass and leave. And some of them get to have carryover, but then they still feel like school, they cannot read, they cannot, like you said some of us don't actually know that we have that ability to do it. But just because we said we can't do it, then we cannot. So how can you cope in that kind of situation? Is it that you just stick to your own personal reading or what? Those are my questions, sir.
All right, thank you. So let me answer the first question first. Esther, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I asked a question earlier. I want to ask again. When you go to fish, what do you use as a bait? Okay, no, Bisola, just answer let Bisola answer the question herself.
Okay.
Have you ever go fishing before or watch a place where they fish? Or just seen a place? Just see anyone?
Yes, I've gone fishing before. We use what's it called? This fish, like we bought fish and we use the stuff of the fish. We use it as a bait for the fish.
As a bait. So let me ask you a question. Is it what you like to eat that you put there, or what the fish like to eat?
It's what the fish like to eat.
The same thing.
What the
So
fish like to eat.
I'm answering your first question.
Okay,
because
sir.
you have to understand at a level, you must understand at a level, there's a difference between knowing and passing. You can be the most brilliant student in your class, and you'll be the one that will be failing the most. And the outside world, nobody can see what is in your head. Nobody can know whether you are the most brilliant. Who cares? The only thing they care about is what is in that book, what is written down in the book. So you have to be able to balance the two. There's a place where you are, but you do the know it, they can simplify it. When it comes to evaluation, it's not about what you know, it's about what the lecturer wants. And that's why I emphasized earlier, know lecturers. You can know something and be very good at it and know this thing very well. Okay? But if your lecturer says, this is how I want you to do it, do it. See, in this thing, they say, give to Caesar what is for Caesar. Simple. When you are the lecturer, don't do it that way. Amazing. Don't do it your own. I don't see what I'm saying. I don't encourage it. I'm a teacher myself. I don't encourage it. Okay, and it does not mean that I support it. But that's the world we are. So it's better that you do what the lecturer wants you to do, and you score 90 or 100. And you see that thing that you know that the lecturer does not want you to write down. You still know it for yourself. It's still there for you. Then you do what the lecturer does not want you to do. You score 50 over 100. You still have it, but the score you do not have. Okay? So again, I always say that. I always give the analogy of fish. So whenever you are feeling stubborn, because it is stubbornness, you already know already. Or either feel like, I just want to show this people that I know this and this is the correct one. Remind yourself, what you come here for is to fish. You come here to fish. What is going to determine your success when you go back home is the number of fish that you take home. You get? And what will determine the number of fish that you take home is what you put as bait. And that bait cannot be what you want to eat or what you like to eat. It cannot be because you like jollof rice and fried rice, you now go and put it there. Or because you like meat, you go and put it there. You will put what the fish like there. And then when the fish has eaten what he like, you to go home and go and eat the one you like. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because this
Yes, sir.
might sound, what is it called? Counterintuitive. It might sound from someone that is the best graduate student. Is it supposed to be saying things like this? I'm going to be realistic with you, okay? Because you can be good. If the title you want is title of brilliant student, everybody is going to consider it to be brilliant. But you see, on that big stage, nobody is going to recognize you. You're not going to be one of the top 10 students based on score. It's okay. Everybody should go with what they want. But you must know, in this world, the thing that people use to judge you first, it is not what is in your head. It is what is in that book, what is that sheet of paper, or what is on your portal first. Before people now start hearing your excuse. It is because I did not do what lecturer taught us. It's because I use another method. Okay? So I would strongly suggest, once you know a lecturer, this is what this lecturer wants, please do it. Do it. When you get out of there, there will always be opportunity for you. And those lecturers that give you the freedom to be yourself, to do things, to add your own to it, for their own, add it. There are some lecturers that if the only thing you give them is what they give you, is half, you have to add times 2 for you to get your full mark. Know them and do what works for them. And then for your second question, is Bisola still here? I doubt if she's still here. I think, okay, she's still here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So for the second question, what I'm going to tell you is stop being a messiah. Don't be a messiah, okay? You're not sent to save everybody. That's number one. And then you mentioned 80%. 20% is enough for you. Even 5% is enough for you. How many people do you want to be friend with? Huh? How many people can you be friend with at a time? So if you want to help people, help those that are willing to be helped. There's some people you cannot help in life. Someone that does not know that they need help, you cannot help the person. Someone that know that they need help, but is not willing to get the help, you cannot want the person. You cannot help the person. Everyone helps those who help themselves. You can't help them. You fix tutorials. It's those that come that will come. You do it for those that come. Good. Okay? Your own is just that, and this is why you have to be clear on exactly what you want to achieve. I was talking with someone yesterday, and they were like, environment matters a lot, and it's true. It matters a lot. Like if you are one good person, if you have one good person and you live with 9 bad persons, those 9 bad ways, it's there for those 9 bad people to actually corrupt you. This is possible. Then we have seen rare cases where that one person is going to be the one that is going to illuminate the other 9. Or everybody will just do their day. Everybody do your day, I do my day. Everybody stay on their lane because you know where you are going. You can be roommates and everybody will be doing their own thing. And you will be coming out with first class. Your roommate will be coming out with third class. Is that you must be very. See, I mentioned a statement the other time. You cannot want to fly with eagles, okay, and play with turkeys, or be angry that turkeys are playing with each other, that the turkeys don't know how to fly. They are not meant to fly. Okay, you can't help it. The one you can help, do it, but don't forget yourself, because you cannot give what you don't have. It is someone that is okay that can. There's this man that I listen to, Ola Show, you always say something. You say it is someone that is well that can donate blood. It's when you are okay that you can help other people. So your own is find your circle. Wherever you are, no matter how bad it is, there will always be your own circle. You always find your own people. It can just be one person that understand your language that you can work with. Sometimes you may not even have it in your department. It might be someone else in another department that you build a relationship with. In fact, it can be someone else from another school that both of you will be motivating each other. That's it. So my suggestion, focus on yourself, and the little you are doing for everybody, maybe you are the one organizing the tutorial, do it. But don't feel discouraged. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it that you are someone that likes to help other people. And those that you help them. Imagine now, just check this particular thing. If you check the WhatsApp group, we have over 500 people in the WhatsApp group. How many people do we have here? This evening, when I was thinking about this session, Abdulaziz was telling me that I have to give my all to this, because this particular session can be just for one person. It can just be one person that will listen to something here, and it will change something for that person. You see that particular person, I may never know the person till I die, till the person die. And that's why you are seeing stories of 30 years to this time, someone will meet someone. Like for me now, I told you a story at the beginning. It's just one encounter with someone, Mr. Ewa. And you cannot believe, during my convocation, I mentioned that person's name before I even mentioned my HOD's name. Because everything started with him. That's it. Imagine if he did not do what he did that particular day. Imagine he did not make that statement that particular day. And what happened? He called us to his office. We were two. And he said what he said. Even he will not remember that he said it. But the impact it has in my own life is still there. So what am I saying in essence is that what you're doing, don't feel discouraged. Keep doing it. Because you never know who's going to benefit from it. Don't let other people that So I hope I answer your question. I'm still in the this thing though. If you have any question, please you can still ask. We don't know. We never know the time that this is going to come. Daniel, I think something is happening in the group. Please check. One guy is posting nonsense in the group. Mr. Daniel, are you there?
I've worked on it already. I've logged the group.
Okay, good. Thank you. So I think we're just going to round it off here since there is nobody that have any question again.
Okay, sir.
So if
Yeah, thank
for
you.
those
Sorry.
for those that are here, for those that are here, I
Sorry,
can
sir.
say it quickly. For those that are here, if there's anything you need, at least I know some. At least I've organized some people here now. Organized Esther,
Can I
Bisola
ask one
with Joy.
question before we go, please?
Okay, Daniel, can she?
Sir?
I'm not going to
Can
take
she
it.
ask
I'm
one
not
question?
going to It's just 2 minutes.
Let her ask, sir. For
Thank you.
benefit.
Thank you.
At least, yes, sir.
Okay, okay,
So
boss. Okay, boss.
there are some courses that when you read them, like there's no how you read, you just don't understand them. What do I do? Do I just like do what's it called? La cram, la pour? Because that helps at times, but this understanding is not there, and it's just so difficult. I don't know. What can I do about that kind of course? Should I like delay myself reading it while other courses are waiting for me, or I should just go on with the lacram laptop? Because funny how the lecturer does not want you going out of your way, like reading extra mile. He wants what he gives you, like what he gave you. He wants it the way he puts it in the listen. So what do
So
I
I
do?
think
And
I've
it's
answered.
poetry, and you know
I've
how
answered that question.
poetry is literature, and it's very, I don't know, it's kind of difficult to understand the English and everything.
So I think I've answered that question actually.
Eh,
If that is what the lecturer wants, see,
yes.
I said it earlier.
It's not even about
Learn
the
how to
lecturer this
balance
time
it.
around. It's about the
If
course.
yes,
Like it's
if
Lakram Lapo. Is it I'm not sure, maybe it's really that okay for me to do that, like for the
okay,
whole thing, because this lecturer is still going to teach us till 400 level. So I don't know. Maybe that would be the
if
best option, or the other
there's
things
this
I
thing.
can do to break everything down.
So there's nothing that cannot be understood. There's
Okay.
nothing. It's just that you have not find the way that will work. Okay. So you see that thing that you said like cram lapo. Okay. What does la cram lapo means? It means you cram it,
For me to tell me,
you
and
cram it, and then you go to the exam hall, you drop you upload it and then
yes,
you download it.
There's no need
Okay.
for you
That works
to tell
in
lies
some cases.
or to
Ah, okay, sorry, I muted
portray
somebody's
yourself.
person. Okay, so Esther, you can unmute. So, but then the most important thing is this. So
yes.
it's a very dicey question. It's a very is a tough one, depending on what you want to achieve. So when it comes to understanding, as I said, there's always a way around it. That thing that you said now, There's nothing you want to learn right now that you cannot find on YouTube. Have you watched videos on it?
Have
How
I
many
done what?
video have you watched video on it? If you have done reading and it's not coming up, have you watched video on it?
No.
So you can also try that. So because the most okay, let me use myself as an example, and I think I need to understand. So you're a mathematics student now. There are some courses that you do, especially in analysis, and no matter how good you are, it will get to a point where you have to. We're talking about theorems here. Theorems are proving. Theorems that you ask lecturer, they will put it in class for you, and you ask them how. They tell you you don't have to understand. You just need to know it. Okay. In that case, I will try my best as much as possible to understand. But when it comes to, and even so, I still have to cram the theorem itself. Though I will understand the basis, I will understand it like, okay, this thing that I'm writing down, I can be able to explain it to some extent. But I still have to cram it the exact way it is written down because it's a theorem. Just one letter like this that you remove away from it can change all the meaning.
Honestly.
And the proving too. So in that case, I will try as much as possible to understand for my own personal use. When it comes to the exam, okay, I will cram. I will understand for my own personal use. So I won't get there out there and they'll say, you have done this course, now come and teach us. I will not be able to do, I will not be able to do it. No. So I will do it for my own personal use. And then, but for the lecturer, this is what you want. I will do it for you. But that does not. So what I'm saying is that one thing that you have to change. All of us we have to rewire our mind about is the idea that we have to do either or. Either you do it this way or you do it this way. Why not both? Why not understand and stay calm all together? Because the thing is, if you actually understand, for people like me that I always seek to understand before I even cram, there's some because it happens, you cram something, you get to the exam and you forget. But because you understand it, you cannot be completely lost. You will still be able to do something. And for me, I think that's just the best thing for me because I've done it a lot of analysis, even in my final year, my 400 level, my final exam. I got to the exam more, and the question was that I prefer for, I totally forget some of the distance. But because to a large extent, I shall understand the concept, I write it, I wrote it, I made sure I was able to put something down that any lecturer in their right mind that is like at least open, not the closed type of lecturer that will say, if you don't write it this way, I will not mark it for you. You know this boy, you know what he's saying, mark it. So again, understand your lecturer. If there's just one lecturer out of maybe all the 20 lecturers you have in your class, just know that is his own way. Please give it to him. Find a way to understand. Watch video. Look for someone that can explain to you. There will always be someone. See, no matter how hard something is, there will always be someone in your class right now that know that particular thing. There will be someone that understands it. Look for that person. In my own word, in my dictionary, there's nothing like impossible.
Okay.
There's nothing like this thing cannot be done. You just need to look for the way. And if you look long enough and hard enough, you will see it.
Okay, sir. Thanks so much, sir.
You're welcome. So thank you so much, everyone. This is supposed to end by 10. This is 10:26 already. I hope that everybody learned something, and if you watch the replay, I hope you also gain something. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. I'm so glad that we are able to have this session, and maybe we're going to be doing more of this. Just to remind you again, if you're watching the replay, we are here. This session is actually organized by the YALI Network Ogun, TASUED chapter of YALI Network Ogun. We are fully functional in the school. I'm going to bring you more programs like this. Okay, so feel free to stay in the group. There is still a lot of opportunities going to be coming up in the group. Okay, and whenever we have any program, make sure you join. Any initiative that we bring, make sure you are part of it. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. Thank you for having
Yes,
me.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. A big thank you to Mr. Ablatif Adeji. We are really grateful. your words has really impacted me personally. I've learned a lot of lessons. My notepad are full to the brim. It got to the extent that I stopped writing. I had to do some screenshots from your slide. And yes, as someone asked if he can get the slide, yes, your PowerPoint slide, if it is accessible. So please, sir, if it's accessible, you can do it to drop it, sir. So on behalf
The
of each
person's
and every
holiday,
one.
though. I don't give my slide out.
Okay, sir.
My
Okay,
slide is
sir.
my
Thank you.
intellectual property. The
Okay,
person's
sir. Thank
holiday.
you very much. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So, on behalf of each and every one of us, we say a big thank you to Mr. Ablatif
I'll
Adedeji.
say my own
Thank
thank you. Thank you so
so.
much, sir. God bless you. Thank you.
And yeah, he,
Thank
he gave
you.
us
You're welcome
something
too.
that you should drop
Thank you.
your. He gave us an assignment that you should drop your scoreboard, if I'm not mistaken, your goals.
No,
So write them
weekly
out
schedule.
and drop it.
Like,
Sir?
yeah, weekly
Yes.
schedule. Your weekly study schedule. Okay.
Yes.
If you drop it,
So
good. If you don't,
and also please, I need us to do something. We have attended this section. Drop what you learned on the group, at least. Yes, if it is two, if it is three, drop what you learned on the group, so that those that are not in the group will know that yes, something happened. So drop
that's
what
not
you
joined
learned
to
in
the
this
group.
section. So those that know, they know that yes, they missed a lot. So please drop what you learned on the group. So thank you very much for each and every one of us. We are really grateful, and stay tuned. More of this are going to happen more. There are more programs that are going to happen. And remember, please don't forget this program is brought to you by YALI TASUED. So stay tuned and God bless each and every one of you. I wish you all a blessful night. Sorry if it take more than your time. Just have to attend to some of these questions. Thank you very much. And a big thank you once again to Mr. Ablatif Adiji. Good night to each and every one of us. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night,
Thank you so
sir.
much, and have a
Bye. Thank
fantastic night.
you.
Bye. So Esther, please send me a message. I would love to connect more with you. Are
Okay,
you tuning
sir.
level, right? Let's see.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Good night, sir.
Okay, good night, everyone.